All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises honor and glory to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashim, Kakodash. Double honor to my apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation, all the brothers that's doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. All right, this is Psalms chapter 41. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, Yea, my own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, have lifted up his heel against me. Now, this is a psalm of King David. And I'm finna go to a scripture in the New Testament, which was fulfilled, when this happened to Yahawashi in the book of John, chapter 13, verse 13. No, chapter 8. Chapter 13, verse 18. Slakia. It says, John 13 and 18. It says, I speak not of you all. I know whom I have chosen. He's speaking about to his disciples. But that the scripture may be fulfilled, he that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me. Now, who's that talking about? It's talking about Judas Iscariot. Because if you go up to the first verse, no, not the first verse, the second verse, and it says, the devil having now put in the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him, to betray Yahawashi, to give him up, to them wicked scribes and Pharisees, and that happened, and they crucified Yahawashi. So, Yahawashi made many basically he came to fulfill, the scriptures that he was written in. Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. What did he fulfill? He fulfilled the scriptures, just like Psalms 41 and 9. And he said that the scripture may be fulfilled when it said, Psalm 41 and 9. He that lifted up his heel against me. And Yahawashi trusted his disciples, even though he knew who his chosen was. He said to himself, one of you is a devil. He said it himself, man. So, hey, the Lord knew that Judas Iscariot was going to betray him. He says, this is John 6 and 70. Yahawashi answered them, have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil? So he knew that, he already knew, but, it had to be fulfilled. It says, yea, mine own friend, because he called his disciples friends. Okay, John 15 and 14 says, yea, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. That's talking about his disciples. And verse 15 says, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. So he considered him a familiar friend. He says, in whom I trusted. He trusted him because he was one of his disciples, even though he already knew that he was going to betray him. Remember, he said he chosen him, and one of you was a devil. So he already knew, but he still, fed him, let him eat of his bread, washed his feet. This is the chapter where he washed his disciples' feet, and it says, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me. Right. That's what Judas Iscariot did, and it was all through, it was prophecy, it had to happen. And then Judas Iscariot was, he killed himself, man. So, hey, it had to happen. But, now we know through the Spirit, man, that Yahawashi had fulfilled what was written in the Old Testament. And really, Yahawashi is written all throughout these scriptures, man. Psalms 40 and 7 says, in the next chapter over, it says, then said I, lo, I come in the volume book. It is written of me. It is written of Yahawashi. He's all throughout this book, man. And I keep bringing that out. That scripture is it will never get old, man. Because Yahawashi comes in the volume of this book, man. And as you can see, Yahawashi is all throughout in these scriptures, man, because he is these scriptures. He is the word.